Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes and Reeves Must Go. It's not me saying it. I mean, I am saying it. That's entirely true. She must. But everyone's saying it. But Reeves must resign as Chancellor for lying about the state of the nation's finances in the run up to the budget that was so spectacularly awful. The Benefit Street budget, the budget for shirkers and burgers. And who said this? Well, the voters of this nation. There was a poll in the Mail on Sunday, and it found that a majority of more than 2-1 in favour of her being fired, or at the very least quitting, after the debacle of this budget, especially when the fiscal watchdog, the OBR, the Office of Budget Responsibility, revealed that it did tell Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, several months ago that there was no black hole. She then continued to lie to people and then pushed the taxation up horrendously for no reason whatsoever. Business leaders are now calling for Reeves' head. They're saying that what she's done has damaged the economy, damaged their businesses. There are possible court cases going now because of these lies, because they can show real and actual damages. And these won't be against the government. These will be against Rachel Reeves herself. If she knew and then lied, it isn't a court case saying they're taking the British government to court. They're taking Rachel Reeves to court, and they've got millions on the line. This will break her. This could actually bankrupt her. And it couldn't happen to a nicer woman. And then, of course, you've got the Prime Minister embroiled in all this. He backed her. He knew too. He failed to clarify the situation. So he is equally involved in the lies and the pushing of the lies. This is a political storm that is not going away. There's calls for the FCS, the Financial Conduct, the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, to get involved and look at it because of the damage it's done to stocks and shares, as well as the pound. There is possible criminal charges. There are the tort cases, like I say, from various businesses now looking to sue her for damages. It's all becoming a huge black hole for her, and she is getting sucked into this massive, case. I don't think that she can't stop. I think this is it. It is a very bad day. Asked whether Starmer was involved, the OBR made it clear that yes, he was. The true economic picture, they said, was far rosier than had been painted, and the Prime Minister and the Chancellor worked together in harness on this budget. Therefore, they're both liable. Let's get him in there at all and bankrupt him. Let's see if he can extract anything from a long, dark alley. The MOS poll said 68% of voters thought Reeves should resign, compared to 32% who said she should stay. Who are these morons? 32% of them. My God. Mel Stride, like I say, I mentioned this in past videos, as I asked for the FCA to investigate. She denied misleading people and then was shown evidence of her lying while she was sitting there, and they played the tape in front of her. You could see her panicking. No, I didn't lie. And then they played the tape of her lying. There's a story coming out which I'm not going to go into, but it does involve the OBR and a little bit of pettiness. But keep your eye out, because I'm going to do that story later. But Reeves herself is likely to be hauled in front of the Commons for an emergency statement. Possibly today, possibly tomorrow. And there are ministers now admitting that the situation now looks very serious for the government. Unnamed sources close to the Prime Minister, which usually means cabinet colleagues, are saying that there's no way Reeves can survive this. And if you're getting senior cabinet members saying that, then it's sayonara. Pick your bag up. You've got to go out, haven't you? You've got to go out. You've got to have your little cardboard box. You've got to have the top of a plant poking out. You've got to steal the hole punch and the stapler and then run. And escorted out, propelled onto the pavement with a punt up the posterior and told never darken these doors again. That's how it should be. Humiliated and then sued. and broken, bankrupted. Let her live. Let her live on a little council estate in Rotherham. See how she likes it. Sorry, Rotherham, I just randomly selected a place. But it seems like, actually, seems quite ironic, really. But there we go. Not just voters, of course, are saying that she goes, and not just cabinet ministers. The opposition are dead set against her going. Sorry, dead intending on her going. The backbenchers are now unhappy. They're getting a lot of flack, and they say, well, it's not our doing. We've got nothing to do with it. It's going to be bad. There's no way she can survive this. And I think if she goes, he's gone. He's so intrinsically linked. They are like Siamese twins. I don't know what conjoined twins you have to say now, but we all know what I mean. They're joined. They're joined at the bollock, aren't they? Well, there we go. Can't come soon enough. Who'll take over? Hard to say. I suppose Dan Tomlinson. He might get a promotion, but I think if it goes to the point where Starmer's got to go, then. Yeah, I think probably John Healey. He's probably the only one that would be acceptable. But there we go. That's for future times. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is the final uncompromising end of the world's... of Britain's first lady chancellor and the world's worst finance minister ever. Honestly, just as an aside, it makes Liz Truss's lettuce... Right? I mean, that was an unfair comparison because Liz Truss didn't actually get her budget through. So, and actually, the irony is her budget wouldn't have done as much damage as this. In fact, it may even have done some good in terms of boosting the economy. But now, this budget. There's already... Oh, that was the other thing. Damn it, I meant to say this. This is what happens when you get sidetracked. There are already plans in place that this budget may be reversed. One of the junior Treasury wonks told, and I think it was the FT. Can't remember, but I can't remember where I read it. But one of the junior Treasury wonks said that they've all been in, and that they're all hastily reassessing the budget before it is voted on. Now, that can only mean one thing. They're going to wind it back and do another budget, possibly. If they did, that's it's the end of Starmer as well. So fingers crossed. Anyway, there we go. I knew I meant to say that. That's what happens. I got a sidetrack and I forgot. But it goes to show, isn't it? I should write my script more accurately. I just sort of throw ideas together and look at the ideas, and then I miss one. Anyway, you've been very patient. Thank you very much. Keep on watching, and speak to you soon. Do hit subscribe if you got the end of this one. If you have got the end of it, well done. Speak to you soon. Bye.